Hi boys and girls, welcome back to another STEAM lesson all about sound. So the last time we were together, we looked at sound waves and we looked at the way they can be drawn so that they're showing on paper what we're hearing. So we looked at the amplitude, which is all about the height. So a shorter wave is going to make a quieter sound and a taller wave is going to make a louder sound. We also have pitch. So when we have a really stretched out wave, that means it's going to make a lower pitch sound. And when we have waves that are really scrunched together, that means that we are going to have a higher sound. So the way that the length and the height mix give us the sound that we're listening to. Now that's really cool to look at on paper, but we also have a way that we're going to show you what sound looks like using this experiment today. We made an example of a Chladni plate. So Ernst Chladni was a research scientist back in the 19th century who was really interested in vibrations and the way that they made sounds. So that's exactly what we're talking about, right? So he made these plates that you could put a fine powder on, and then he would play instruments. And the instruments would make different pitches and different amplitudes, and that would make the salt or the fine powder on the plate move in different ways. So we're going to show you exactly how that looks. So all I have here is a glass bowl, and inside you can probably see there is a speaker. So that speaker is connected to my phone, and I'm going to play different music. I put parchment paper around the top, and then I secured it with a rubber band. Now the parchment paper is really taut. Just like we talked about last week when we were making vibration sounds, we want it to be tight so that it has a really flat, even surface. Then on top, this is just salt that I've colored with blue food coloring so you can see it even better. So we're gonna come in really close, and I want you to watch what happens to the salt. The first song I'm gonna play is Fantasy Impromptu, and it is by Chopin. Okay, do you see the way that the salt is jumping? Okay, so you could probably see the salt jumping around. The next one we're going to listen to is called Moonlight Sonata, and it's by Beethoven. Okay, so I want you to notice what happened to the salt there. See how it kind of separated into little groups as it was moving around? There's nothing underneath this that's making it do that. That was all because of the music that was playing. You may have noticed that the two different songs made the salt do completely different things. The first song, it had a really high pitch and it was moving really fast and it wasn't quite as loud and the salt wasn't moving nearly as much. That second song was very loud and it had a low pitch and we saw the salt move in a lot of ways. So I want you to think, how did the amplitude and the pitch move the salt? So if you want to make something like this at your house and you don't have all of these materials, I have an easier version for you. All you're going to need is salt, a small cup, and a balloon. So what you're going to do is you can see I've cut the end off of this balloon. So you're just going to cut right, I call this the neck. You're going to cut it right off right there. And so we're going to stretch it over the top of the cup. And the reason that this works so well is because remember, we want the top to be really taut. All right, so you'll see it's not exactly the same as this, and we definitely can't fit a speaker in here. So one thing that's really important is that when you're putting salt on, see, I didn't put a lot of salt on here. I just put a little bit. You really don't want it to be covered in salt because you want the salt to have room to move. I have put my cup with the balloon and the salt on top of the speaker. Now remember, we're looking for the vibrations of the sound, so hopefully that speaker will be loud enough to come through. If your speaker isn't loud enough or you're using your phone, you're just gonna hold it up against the side. So we're gonna play that same song, Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. We're gonna come in close and watch what happens. So you can see it works really well. We're also gonna try it this way and see if it works. Your challenge this week is to make your very own Chladni plates. You can either make the first example that we had with the bowl and the speaker inside and something over the top, or you can make the smaller version. They both work great. Just use what you can find in your home. Then I want you to try out different songs. Maybe try out your favorite song and see what happens to the salt on the top of the plate. You can take a video of that, or you can just share what songs you listened to and what happened to the pitch and the amplitude with the salt on your Chladni plate, and share that with your teacher, and she will share it with me. I will see you next time.